Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm Terry at Holding Your Space, and this is Mark, Spirit Whisperer. So nice to have you all here. I know there's a lot going on today um, on all the channels with Super Tuesday, and we're not really a political channel, but Mark and I were kind of talking about it um, backstage, whatever you want to call it.
Yep. Well, you
and
can't be completely oblivious. Like,
yeah,
I'm very choosy about how much I watch and stuff like that, but I still want to know what's going on. And
right.
it was so funny because I was watching a little bit of Linda G's show that she did this week, and she said almost word for word what I said on my show was that I have this, I tune in for a second because I keep expecting there's news that I'm going to be happy about. And so I always kind of check for that. Is it today? Is it? And she was saying that same thing. It just feels like, you know, I need to make sure I catch the whatever. But anyway, like there's a shoe gonna drop or something.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Um, I feel the same. I feel like there's a natural thing that's going to happen.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, and we were talking about 45 backstage, and again, we're not political here, but just the feeling that we were getting about it. And do you want to say what you felt? Because I felt the same.
About you, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, just that I feel like 45 needs to be on the ballot. I don't know why, but it's something to do with the change of regime within the GOP and the chaos that will ensue. But I feel like once it gets to the election, his name will be on the ballot, but he will not be there.
Yeah, I've been
So
feeling almost exactly that thing, and that, and then just the past couple days has been feeling more like it kind of goes up to the wire or something.
yeah,
But in the end, he's not really the candidate or something. So I don't know how that's going to work, but I've always felt he's not going to be there somehow at the last, at the, when the
yeah,
wheel hits the pavement or whatever you say. So I don't know how it's going to work out. I was kind of thinking might happen sooner, but, and it could just be my anxiety making me think it's going to go up to the wire. Because I do get anxious, even though I have a lot of faith that it's going to all work out, and I do. But
hmm,
if I watch him for 1 second, I just go into a tizzy. I can't stand it.
yeah,
Although I will say this, I love the late night guys like Jimmy Kimmel and those guys, and I like the way they cover him because it just it's so hard to deny it. Then like this week they were. Did you see any of that where like he would be, he's at his rally or whatever the heck.
yeah.
He would just start a sentence and go, I just want to start, and like that would be the sentence. It would just end like that.
Yeah.
And he constantly, was acting like he's running against Barack Obama, just constantly saying Barack.
Yeah.
And then he
Yeah.
talked about, and you got to love that guy, Argentina. He goes, he's one of my favorite. Argentina's a country, idiot, and there's really nobody there named Argentina. So he's like, Argentina and his people, they're MAGA. They love me. Oh God, he's just so stupid. I can't stand it.
Do you think part of it's an act, the way that he's going to get away with getting out of all the lawsuits?
I don't know. When you watch him, he act it acts like it's not connecting or something
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
of the way it just fades out, or he'll just it's just like nonsense. It just he's always nonsensical, but this is like actual. Is there something wrong with you? Kind of a nonsense, I think.
Yeah. I
Um,
feel like it's kind of been his get out of jail free card
yeah,
for a long time, but now he's gonna like he doesn't need to play it because it's gonna be
Well, I can remember like over a year ago, a lot of the psychics saying they could see him in, like the loony bin or something, or like in a
Yeah.
hospital where he had to be go, and this would make sense along that.
Yeah.
And the more he wants to, act like Joe Biden's old, and that's getting on my nerves too, the whole ageism thing.
Yeah. I really feel like he's so connected
Yeah.
in so many ways that.
Plus, he has a great team around him and working with him and stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas we saw Trump's team.
Right.
Worst of the worst,
Yeah. Yeah. Right, Jane. Major medical decline. Yeah. Or mental decline. Yeah. Which is sad. We don't want to see anybody doing that. But I've always felt like he will never be in a prison. He'll be in a sanitarium yeah, that's what they call them in Europe, right? A sanitarium, kind of like a place where you go to get well, but anyway.
Well, he is really that bad for America if he were to win again, because he wants to be a dictator, and that's what he will do. So
yeah,
I, for one, have lived here all these decades enjoying the fact that we don't have a dictatorship here.
Yeah.
I've never for a second wanted one. And when I watch people like Putin, who, he idolizes and wants to be just like, and he's already told us that as soon as he gets in office, he will be a dictator, number one. First thing he will do is lock up all the people who've said anything against him. Who wants that? Of course he's bad for the country.
Yeah. Yeah. And, yeah, Flower Beauty. It's, but it is kind of weird, isn't it? It's like, you make a soul contract and you come into the planet, and can you imagine the soul contract that he had?
Yeah. Well, it's good for the country in that if it wakes us up, like I think it's intended to do,
yeah,
and take back the power, then it's good. And I agree. I understand all that he's doing.
yeah,
It's just, I do get that. At the same time, if you're the person that didn't need that from the very beginning, like long before he was ever elected, I did not need his demonstration or anything. And so now this has been years. So I'm just like, I got the lesson like before day one. So I don't know what's taking you people so long. It's that kind of a thing. I don't understand what would somebody have to do for you to get a clue or something. And all those evangelicals, just the hypocrisy and the, oh God. And now we need to stop, I don't know, so that you can't try to have a baby. What is that, IVF or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Stop telling people what to do with their bodies and stuff. I can't stand it.
And Flower Beauty, I like what you're saying. She goes, prayers for you guys. The Americans were so divided over him. I saw people unfriending even their closest friends over him.
Yeah.
We don't take politicians that seriously in our country, so I was shocked. Yeah, I agree. And I think that we didn't have media like that before. Like no one had ever gone in and played the media card like that. So we weren't used to it. In Russia, they're like,
yeah.
Nobody listens.
The media just constantly gives him the mic and the press and the camera. So it's just nonstop. It just is so.
So we'll spray some rose water again and get ourselves here and do our spiritual thing. But and I just want to say thank you everybody for being here, Viviani and Willow, and there's so many of you here today, and thank you so much, all you wonderful moderators too, because it's been kind of cray. I was telling Mark that I got a couple of people last night, and then I was watching Nancy Jean today, and she got a few people too, few trolls.
So far, so good. I haven't seen any.
Yeah, nah, I think we'll be fine today. I customized it, so I think we're all good. But
Right.
anyway, and I'm so sorry about Tyler. We have construction going on next door, and
Oh, you don't like it.
he's guarding all of you. So anyway, let me go to the start. And if you would please put your questions in all caps. We're going to be doing questions today. Any kind, really, don't you think, Mark? What are you
I'm
up
always
for?
open for any kind. I don't really have a preference on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't either.
Well, it's because really it comes from spirit. So what do I care? And so far, they always just say whatever. They haven't ever said no. We won't read on that. So
Right? That's kind of what I get.
so
Okay, Ness. So, hi Terry and Mark. I would love an energy read for the next 7 days. I love how
I also want to say just really quickly, sweetie. I'm sorry, Leanne Lower, who's regular here on all of our channels. She's having a heart procedure today, so I just want to send her some. I see her saying hi, and I just want to send her some love and energy. Hi, sweetie.
lots of love.
So know that we're
Yeah.
with you and holding you in the light, so everything goes well.
Yeah. Oh,
She
bless
probably
her.
in the hospital watching on her phone or something. Okay, honey, just wanted to know.
Yeah.
Love you.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Lori. Um, yeah, and I'm getting oh, I got you, Ness.
Yeah.
You know that. Okay.
So now Ness would like an energy read for the next 7 days.
Yeah. Ness, do you have another trip coming up? I know you travel a lot, but they're showing me an airplane. Or are you flying at night in your dreams?
Let's see here for a week, next 7 days. No, she's not going on a trip. She says.
Okay.
For now, anyway.
That's funny because the first card I pull is flight. So something's taken off, Ness. And this could be your project that you're working on. So you had a bizarre dream last night that you will ask about later. Okay. Yeah. There is a something's taken flight that you're working on. It's sprouting. So, it's like coming alive. It's springtime and it's coming up. Something that you've been watching and looking at for a long time. Something in the stars. So
yeah, interesting. I just kind of pulled 3 cards about the week. It looks like a pretty busy week to me. First of all, I get the 8 of Pentacles, which, busy working at something. That could also be just hard at work at manifesting, like you've been visualizing, preparing, moving forward, but also looking to create something new in your life. I'm using these new cards today. It's called the Pink Tarot, but they have little words on them. And what does it say? Hard work. Okay. So that's pretty much what that looked like. And so then the Knight of Swords comes in because I feel like something you've been working on is about to arrive. Here it comes. What's the word on this one? Haste, communication. So it feels like something's coming. Good news is coming from all the work you've been putting in. And then your final card of the week is the Ace of Pentacles. So that's like a gift. So if we look like you've been working hard towards something, here it comes on a horse, and voila, there you go. So I don't know. I like all that energy.
yeah.
Very positive. If I pulled that for me, I'd be very happy.
Yeah. I'll take that.
Yeah.
No problem. Yeah.
I
Okay.
love the Ace of Pentacles. I always like that.
Oh my gosh, right?
Yeah.
That's so amazing. Willow Love, what is it my sister Caitlin wants me to know? Willow, is she still on the earth? Is she still walking on the earth, or is she um, still in the physical? Um, I see her. She's right here. So just let me know when you get a chance
Okay.
if she's passed. Do you want to know? She passed in 2015. Thank you.
I got so behind on the comments. I was a mile behind. Okay. So Caitlin is her name. Caitlin. She said she passed in 2015.
Mm-hmm. Is that 8 years?
Look at Ness. She says 3 other readers pulled the Ace of Pentacles for this week for her.
Oh my gosh.
That's like a little more than a coincidence.
That's pretty impressive, Ness.
Right. Because I probably don't know those other readers.
Yeah. Including Linda, I think she said.
Oh. I know I was comparing myself with Linda earlier that we were receiving some of the same.
That's so funny. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I feel like she's on the other side, and she's she wants to tell me that she's passed along to you that she has something to do over here. It's like well, we would call it like a job here, but it's like a service, an activity. She's part of a group. I don't know. That's what I kind of feel. She kind of came down really nicely and calmly and peacefully, and wanted to share with you that this existence on the other side is more active or proactive than you might imagine. It's interesting. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't know why all that was coming through. I'm going to pull some
No,
cards.
that's great. So she's showing me a round platter to start with, Willow Love. And it's like there's little circles within the circle. And part of that's a metaphor, I think, but part of it is a pizza pie, Willow. So it's a pepperoni. So I don't know if pepperoni pizza is something that you and your sister have a joke about or something, but and then or this could be for somebody else here, but then she keeps singing in my ear, Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa. I can't remember how the rest of that song went, but I think it is a love song. So she's sending you a lot of love. Yeah, something is a mystery. I don't know quite what that is, but I love it that the Al is watching. And there's so much love, so much affection between the two of you still. She's still there. She's still at your side. She's still helping out. Nat King Cole, Wiki? Yeah. Yeah. Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa. And she's coming in with angelic light. So it's like she has on the other side, I mean, she was probably really a light worker when she was here, but now on the other side, she does have something really important that she's working with, because that pink angelic light that's coming in right now is like a calming thing. And I feel like they're the healers that are coming in to help us with everything that's going on right now.
Well, I feel like she wants me to pass this along as I'm, pulling some cards and listening to her at the same time. I feel like she's saying that you've been a little, there's been a little pause, a little, what is it? I might call it the calm before the storm, but storm just in a lot more energy coming in, not like a negative connotation storm. So kind of preparing for what's to come. Now I'm going to say that I'm saying that because you got the Four of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. Here they call them Earth and Air, but foundation cards, preparing that, taking a little rest before you get up to get some more stuff done. Checking what you got here, making sure all your things are in a row with coins. And then I get a Page of Air, which means there's some new energy coming your way. So air is swords and mental. See, my half sisters. Okay. She was just 8 when she passed. Right. Maybe that's why she's up there doing stuff busily. She also wants to say, so here's some new stuff coming for you. You've been thinking in a new way, she wants to say. So that Page of Air, new thoughts, new ways of looking at things. Your mind is expanding. Your heart's expanding. She says you might find that you have to defend those new thoughts and new ways of being. But she also says you're a warrior and that you're up to the task. So you got this little 7 of Fire. This is Wands. But defending, well, I'm going to say this, defending your spiritual beliefs, because they might be a little different than other people's, and that you're strong enough to do that. She also sees you moving into the Sun, which, I said, is there another outcome? Do you want to give me an outcome card? Well, this is pretty much the best outcome card, or one of them. So being fulfilled, walking in the sun, not only serving yourself, but others. See other little kids dancing as all the flowers are all growing. So it sounds like a nice thing. I do get that even though you're connected you're still connected, like spiritually. I was reading your comment where you didn't get to do a lot with her or anything. You didn't really get to know each other very well. But you were still connected, like psychically, I want to say.
Yeah.
So she's well aware of you. She watches over you. She's curious about what you're doing, how you're progressing. She kind of lives through you a little bit, as if she'd gotten older, she looks at that. She kind of judges or how you're progressing. And she likes to see you progress positively, is what I'm hearing. Okay, that's all I'm going to say.
So I'm reading the lyrics to Mona Lisa, Willow, and it talks about what kind of she's talking about your beautiful smile, and is your smile to hide a broken heart, which I think is such a beautiful lyric. And we do that, don't we? Sometimes we do hide our hearts, and we're not allowed to feel the pain about what's going on. So she just wants to acknowledge with that pink energy too. So
yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I was compelled to look at the bottom of the deck because this is what she was saying at the beginning, but I didn't even know that there was a card that said the afterlife. And it says the afterlife is kind of like God watching over, but look at them down there. They're a little group, like holding hands in a circle, like doing stuff. So I don't know. She wanted to get that across somehow, that there's activity that she does on the other side. Okay.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Thank you, Willow Love. Great questions. Lottie B. I would love a reading. I've been told I have a connection with the elementals. Is that true? Thank you.
Lottie B. What cards? Well, we all have a connection, with the elementals and the earth. It's just some of us are more aware of it, and it's more heightened because of different reasons. So I'm going to say yes on both of those counts with you, Lottie. That you're connected like everybody else, but then you also have a little bit of a deeper, more a kind of more of a calling in that area. Lottie, do you live near a forest, or do you like the forest? Near the trees, that kind of energy? I'm just curious. Yes, surrounded by trees. Okay. Because I was thinking in my head and asking in spirit, well, is there, because I felt like, I think there's one elemental that she's particularly, one of the elements she's particularly connected to. And I was kind of going, and I went water, and went, no, trees. And like I would think of elves or tree spirits, number one, but also elves. That would be the best word I would say about them, if I was going to call it out, like a little name we know. But also tree spirits, those energies that live inside the trees. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So
beautiful.
that would be the element of earth, is what I'm looking at here. I think earth element, more so than water, air, fire. Not that you're not connected to those, but I really feel a strong earth element energy. Yeah.
Yeah. And they were showing me like a pond. So I don't know if there's a pond around you too, Lottie, but it's surrounded by trees, and it's like this is where you can see clearly. So it's like it's where you can vision. What is that called? Clairvoyance, yeah.
Yep.
And you can kind of relax into it. I pulled a few cards. Relaxation. This is the Chariot in this deck. So I think if you start working with these trees, this energy is going to come in really fast for you. And here it starts. So beginnings. So, and the beginnings card I love because it has all these orbs in it, right? They're just all around it.
Oh, cool. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's beautiful. Mhm.
Yeah. And like what Terry's just saying, you can take a walk in with the trees or sit by them or something, and you can communicate with them, and they'll talk back. They have wisdom, they have stories, they have stuff to tell, also energy to share. So they gave me the Queen of Wands to remind us both. Look at her. Look how connected she looks to the elementals.
Wow. She is amazing.
And she's
I
got
love her.
plant and tree energy all around her.
Oh my God.
It's you. And then they want to give me the Ace of Swords because that's talking about mentally, telepathically communicating with the energy. So you can do that. Just sit quietly, play with it, guys. There's not really hard and set rules. And in a way, you sort of you just go and say, universe, help me figure it out, and play around with it. If I were to give you a clue or about what might work, sit quietly, close your eyes. I like it when we focus our energy into the third eye, because in that you're looking with your third, you're saying, I'm intending to look with my inner eye. I'm not depending on my five senses. I'm looking with the sixth sense. And then just say, tree, would you like to communicate with me? And is there something you'd want to share with me? And sort of imagine this connection happening and see what comes. That might be a good way to start. But I think you'll have fun. It says you're primed and ready. These two cards.
Wow.
Kind of sitting with the tree and then mentally connecting. Okay.
Yeah. I love that. That's amazing. Yeah. Relax into it. It's like sometimes when I lean against a tree, I feel like I'm falling inside it. Do you ever feel like that? Like it's just a vortex and you're like, wee, let's go for a ride.
Yep. Now you can also ask for because I do keep getting those little elf-like creatures too.
Right? Oh my gosh.
So you could probably ask to talk to them as well.
Yeah.
Now, I know, unfortunately, I've not ever had that experience to this point. I know it's possible to see them with physical eyes if everything's all lined up correctly. So you could at least commune with them. They like it.
Yeah.
They like it if you, like, say you're sitting out by the tree and you were going to play a little game of you're going to talk to the elves and the tree spirits. And then at the end you go, oh, thank you. No matter what comes or what doesn't, you give thanks at the end. Thank you for letting me play this game with you. And then maybe stick a little piece of candy on the ground as a little gift for them. Especially the elves, they like little candies or little things like that. They just like that you give them a little gift. And then they like to have like a human gift kind of a thing. I mean, they would like do stuff with the candy. It wouldn't just be, oh boy, I'm going to eat it. It's more like, ooh, it's like.
Does it make a difference if it's like a taffy, like a Starburst, or if it's like a shiny one that's got the hard candy?
Colors and, shiny. So I think they would like that. But I feel like they almost would take anything that was offered as a gift.
Yeah. I love that.
But they do like shiny stuff because they would also like a ring, a coin, leave a quarter on the ground, something like that. They like stuff, little things like that, little shiny earth people things. Now, all this stuff is just coming right now in the moment. It's not like but they want to kind of share that with you. Oh no, it sounds fun. Now I'm getting goosebumps. Okay.
I love that. I love that. Hey, Miss Mims. Everybody here. Yeah. Annie Bear loves pennies. Lottie B says she'll try a coin.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Sometimes I get those shiny little round things that you put in your vase, for your flowers.
Yeah, those little stones like glass.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty shiny thing. Yeah.
The red cough drop and then a squirrel ate it. Well, yeah, because the squirrels like the stuff too.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Lottie. Okay, Viviani, I would love a message from Pan and the elementals, please. Thank you.
Okay. Well, he was kind of doing that last little message. That was sort of, that was him telling me all that stuff about leave a candy and everything because. So his energy is here. Let's see. He likes the idea of us it looks like he's just gonna, what is it? Relay. So it's like he's here in my ear instead of coming in full body. But he likes the idea of us playing games, even if it only means anything to us. Like play a little elemental game, like an interaction, a time when you appreciate them, acknowledge them, offer them gratitude, because they do function with the rhythms of nature. They help with growth, productivity, produce. They do all kinds of things to help with plants and animals. They also work with, they're like they will help guide animals to food or water, different elementals. Those look a little more like what I might call fairies. That kind of, sometimes they'll be around the animal's head and they'll help direct them to help care for them. So they do things that we might not necessarily be aware of, but they would share that with you if you want to just play around with. I'll pretend like today that I'm talking to the fairies or whatever, because your imagination is a very important part of kind of creaking that door open so that your sixth sense can get a running start a little bit. So don't be afraid to use that. The imagination comes from the same spot. That all comes, from the pineal gland. So that's not a bad thing if you have an imagination. And then just look to see. A lot of times what happens is, so you'll have a little experience, you'll pretend that you call fairies and you talk to them, and then it'll be what it is. And then you'll go back home, and then it'll be on your mind, you know what I mean? And you'll begin to look at it differently. And sometimes just stepping away, you begin to realize, oh, you know what? That actually I think I actually did talk to the fairies. Because it becomes more grounded in, and you begin to see it more clearly. But he loves if you just play around. He loves just acknowledging that there are elementals. So by calling on them, like when you grow plants, you do gardening, it'd be great to call on the elementals to help assist you with your plants, or your garden or your produce, just the yard in general. Like say you wanted to attract more beneficial insects, you can call on them elementals to help attract them. So all kinds of things like that. It's really unlimited, but just to be willing to play around with it. Spend time with them, like Annie Bear says. That's right. And, you don't even have to tell anybody about it, but just see what happens from it. They'll say hello to you in other ways too. I know when I started to do all that kind of thing at Pan's Guidance, what would happen then is that I would have, unusual experiences with nature that just seemed very, oh, well, that's weird, or, all of a sudden there's a bluebird and it's coming right up to me, and it actually took a peanut from me, a wild bluebird. I'm thinking, well, that's weird, but I had been working with talking to nature, and so then all of a sudden nature's a lot more willing to interact with you. Anyway, don't get me going too long, Terry, because
No, I love it. I love it. Viviani says she left some chocolate outside for the fairies.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. They're talking about all the little gifts and the childlike laughter that joy and wonder when you walk outside with it, and something about the starshine too. So
they like nighttime,
they do or they don't.
They do.
Yeah.
I think they can be a little more visible without being afraid of being spotted. They can't really trust humans. That's why they hide.
Yeah.
But they also recognize a human whose energy is more grounded in love and that kind of thing. So they do know the difference, but they'll avoid closed off humans at all.
Yeah.
So will most wild animals. They won't try to get near any people.
Yeah. Yeah. Annie Bear takes up a whole feast outside. Yeah. I feel like I love what you said, Mark. Thank you. That's beautiful.
That's a good way to play around with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had a client once who was asking me about that, and actually Pan was doing the session, and he suggested to her, well, they love it if you leave them a little gift or a little bit of water, something like that. You should also leave a little thing of water, in a little top or something. And she did that. And then she had to write me back the very next day. She goes, Mark, the next morning I went out there. She'd put candies, little M&Ms. And she said the candies were gone, but there was a ring of mushrooms right in the spot where I put the candies. And I went, well, that seems like an awfully big coincidence to me. I don't. That would be all I need to be. That would be it. I would be convinced forevermore that they said thank you by growing little mushrooms there. Anyway, you never know what might happen. I hear a lot of stories.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So they keep showing me glitter. Do they like glitter? Is that okay for the environment? Sparkle.
Sparkly stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
If the sun, if it'll catch the sunlight or even the moonlight, things will sparkle in moonlight too.
Yeah.
They like sparkly things.
I love that. That's so beautiful. Okay. Thanks, Viviani. That was beautiful. Mary Thornberry. Mark and Terry, I would love a reading today.
Okie dokie.
Mary, is it on anything in particular, like on this week or next week or the month or
some particular subject?
Yeah. Around this time of year, Mary says, I always see pileated woodpeckers, and I saw one this morning eating bugs from an old stump. Oh, interesting.
A lot of pileated woodpeckers, they come to my feeder right here. Like yesterday, there were 2. Now today, there's cardinals out there. Hi, cardinals. I love you. But I had those little cute woodpeckers a lot. And I also have the big kind, the big woody woodpeckers that like the tree right across. So I can watch them a lot through my windows. It's very fun.
Yeah.
Love my cardinals, though.
I do, too. That's always my grandma coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mama. Because you got cardinals in your state, too.
Oh, yeah. We've got them all around the house all the time. And I always know when somebody's bringing me messages because they are right there in the backyard.
I know when my mom died, right out front, 24 cardinals came in my yard. And we had this cardinal thing, me and my mom anyway, because she always loved them, and my grandmother before her. And so she fed them, like, I feed in the same places. But there was no way you could tell me that was not my mother.
Yeah.
Convincing 24 cardinals to come. I'd never seen such a group in my life, so it was great. And they hung around for a few days. They just kept in front and back. So she just kept them coming. But anyway.
When I bought this house, it was after my husband had passed, and there was an owl out front. And I knew that was him watching out for us. And then when I sold the old house, I didn't get a very good deal on it. And I sold it, and there was a turkey in my front yard, a wild turkey. And that's him telling me, girl, what'd you do that for?
And plus, how unusual for a wild turkey to be in your yard.
Yeah.
I would think that would be that's an unusual thing.
Really unusual thing to see. Yeah. I mean, we have them here.
Well, I know, but they don't just come land where you just.
Yeah. 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 It was just, yeah, it was a big story.
Yeah.
He was calling me a turkey.
Yeah.
You turkey, what'd you do that for? Okay, so the pileated woodpeckers. I saw one this morning eating bugs from an old stump. Mary, do you feel like it might be somebody that you know bringing you something? Oh, she said March energy is good too. We can read on.
Okay.
Woo, girl. Well, something abundant, like something's coming to fruit, something that you've been working on. It's like everything's all of a sudden you're getting it. You're getting what you were working towards. You're able to get the fruit of your rewards. Things are blossoming around you. So, and this cat has wings and that pink energy again. So that could be your angels around you. It's kind of what it feels like. And this is something that you've been working on. And Mary, I don't know if you've been doing shadow work, but that kind of brought that into me with the color of this. So I don't know if that's something that you've been working towards. This could be, when is the moon thing happening? That moon thing happening. What's it called? It starts with an E, I think.
The
The
what happening?
the moon
Oh,
and the sun.
eclipse.
The eclipse. Thank you. Yeah, the eclipse happening. So maybe it's something about the eclipse.
That's you're just like when I'm with Debbie, we have to always give each other the word that we're looking for. What is that word? It'd be like a simple word that you know is by I don't know, it's not coming, but whatever. I love it. She goes, it begins with an E. I know that. It's like between okay, yeah. Well, I feel like it's good energy coming your way, Mary, quite contrary. First of all, you get the Six of Cups. I like this Six of Cups because look, it's goodies. And a lot of times, Six of Cups can also be, receiving gifts, someone handing out a hand, giving you your fair share, that kind of thing. And then after that's 10 of Cups. So that's like that abundance card that Terry was showing you. This would be, look, it's like a whole carnival of fun and everything. And you're moving right into it. The raccoons are out, moving towards the carnival. So I feel like that's what's up coming forward. And then to double down, they gave me the Wheel of Fortune so that the Wheel of Fortune turning for you. And, there he is on top with the rainbow. He's happy. Speaking of pizza, he's on pizza, actually.
Maybe that was the pizza coming in, Mary.
I know, he's got like no pizza pie, and he couldn't be happier. So it looks like, the wheels turning in your favor. So I don't know, feels like good energy to me.
Yeah, it feels really nice, Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd take that. No problem. You get a fruit and a pizza.
I can't believe there was a pizza.
That was funny.
Oh, the funny. They like to be jokesters.
Here you are, Miss Flower Beauty Peacock Rainbow.
Okay.
I would love a message today, please. I love flower fairies and even channeled with while learning shamanism. So would love a message that I need to hear right now. Thank you.
Good old flower fairies. I love them too. Okay. Okay. Are you ready to go? Because I don't know.
Flower Beauty, they're showing me like these flowers growing, and they're all quite similar, and they're all at the same height, but each one is a different color. So either this is an offering of gifts, or this is having something to do with energy, like chakra work or something. But they kind of dance with it. So I'm getting that it's energy work that you're working on. They're talking about seeing the beauty in things, even things that might look shaggy to others. That you can see that, like, and I love that this beautiful cat has a dark rose behind them. So in the darkness, you see the light. They're talking about,
I
and
love that pixie dust showed up all of a sudden when we were talking about fairies and stuff.
yeah,
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
yeah, right. And though something about a winter, there might be something that you felt like you were out in the cold, just sitting out there. But this is a time to nurture your soul. So and you've got those beautiful lotus blossoms all around you with that. So a cat that's a fish, but also a cat. So duality, working with non-duality, probably.
Hmm. Well, I'm see, listening here. Flower Beauty, Peacock Rainbow. This is what I feel like we're talking about here is that, you know, you got the energy's moving. You're grooving and a moving. Sometimes you might feel like you run up against a block. Let's say you were looking for a new relationship and it feels like you're hitting a block and hitting a block. They're saying, don't just keep pushing there, switch your attention and pursue another interest instead. Allow that one to like kind of bubble and boil. And meanwhile, you look over here instead because you have more than one thing going on at once. And if it seems like the energy's blocking, that just means just switch your attention and then come back to it, and there'll be more flow again. They also, I know, like you said, you were studying shamanism, stuff like that. Love it. They want you to pursue that more. They like that. So, like, say, if your head hit up against something else you're looking at, they go, well, then put some time into, you know, your relationship with elementals, with the fairy kingdom, really, because they want you to go further. I feel like there's something you can teach others about this, almost like you know, kind of a teacher position. Anyway, it feels like there's a new opportunity opening up for you. This is the Fool card, but I love this card. It got little fairies over his head. There's like an opportunity, I'm hearing, for you to teach others about this connection with spirit as earth or elemental energy. And then they wanted to give me the strength card. But again, they got that little fairy and the animal energy. You know, strength always talks to me about your connection to the earth and this little fairy energy working with the animals. So I know you said you've talked to flower fairies and things, but I think they want you to continue that pursuit because, yeah, you might be a student now, but you can turn around and be a teacher. There's a lot of energy going on right now, and you're not being left out. Like energy coming right from heaven. Look, you're ready to receive it. There you said. This is a good
Wow.
8 of Wands card.
Looks like those flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the fairy just saying, bring it all in, bring it all in.
Yeah.
So that's really talking to you quite a bit. Also, it seems like the more you focus on that energy, your spiritual energy and how you connect with source through nature, for example, it begins to kind of spread out into the other areas of your life. It creates fulfillment in other things that you're looking at, like service, relationship, opportunity. You know, it begins focusing in on that feeds the other things in your life. That's what I want. That's what they're trying to say. So that's what they're talking about. Like if you feel stuck, just go back within, strengthen your connection with source, nature, spirit, and that in turn gives a boost to those things you're seeking to accomplish. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. Flower Beauty, the full card looked like it had a rainbow, just like your name.
Yep.
Right. And that's
have a rainbow.
That's what I pulled for you too. That was on the bottom of the deck.
Right.
Your environment. So working with that. It seems like they keep bringing me crystals too. So I don't know if you've got some crystals around you that you're working with too, Flower Beauty. But yeah, and colored crystals. Miss Mims says Flower Beauty, intention is everything. If you want to communicate with the fairies, just talk to them. They will know.
Yep.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Meditation. Yeah. Yeah.
You
We
probably
gotcha.
like this deck, Peacock Rainbow, because it's tarot at the end of the rainbow. So there's like rainbows in almost all the cards.
Oh, it's beautiful.
This one happens to have a dancing pan in it. I love it.
Oh my God, I love that.
The 4 of Wands. But it's a really pretty deck and it has so many rainbows in it. Not all of them, but a lot of them do. Like this big rainbow.
Wow.
Anyway, it's a great deck.
Those are beautiful. All righty. Thanks, Flower Beauty. Let me see. So, okay, next. Oh, Rossi, this is a great question. Do I have an elemental or dragon near me or trying to tell me something? So they're bringing in that song. I can't remember who did it. Do you see me falling in love with you, baby? I don't know if anybody can get that from that, my singing, but it's like there's a love there, Rossi, and as you open up your heart with that, you're going to be getting those messages, and I'll pull some cards for the message, but it's something about that falling in love with you, baby.
Falling in love again. Okay, let's see. Well, I do feel fire elements around you. So, like the element of fire seems to be up around you. And for some reason, I'm seeing like a salamander or a little lizard salamander. You know, on some of the queen or the king of wands, they'll have a salamander on the card, like a little lizard. So for some reason, that's coming up. And the wands are the fire deck. And so that salamander, now I'm thinking, is on that wand deck. So on that wand card. So it's about it's like a constant reminder of your spiritual fire, your spiritual connection. I mean, I would be surprised if you didn't actually see a lizard, like somewhere around you or on the ground or something. I don't know, you might live somewhere where there aren't even any lizards, but it's sort of a reminder of that spiritual fire, that spiritual impulse, desire. And you use that for creation. So you don't want to let go of that. You seem to have. So that little salamander guy is like kind of representing that dragon energy, you know, because he's a reptile and it's sort of dragon energy, like fire dragon. And you have sort of I'm going to say a pretty strong connection to the element of fire. I don't know. Did you, long time ago, did you know a dragon or something? It's like a pretty strong connection to that.
she does. She's in Florida and she has lizards all over.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure when I said that there would be no possibility you could be near a lizard. So that's interesting that I'd say, yeah, I feel like you can see lizards. But anyway, that's pretty, it's like something you came in with. This, now that doesn't mean you're not connected to all the elements. Of course you are. But you have sort of a special connection to this element of fire. And even, because I know your initial question was, do I have a dragon? Like to that energy, that dragon, that which is like a physical manifestation of fire. You know, it was thought to breathe fire. I don't know. I feel like you knew dragons at one time, like a dragon master. Those are the words that are coming from me. First time I've ever said that. So take it if you want to. But lots of fire energy coming your way. So I would say that, yes, you do have that energy around you.
Yeah, man. That's, yeah, she says iguanas too.
Oh, yeah.
Dragon Master. That's like, whew,
yeah,
amazing energy. Yeah, they kept showing me little ones on the tile, like on the tile. So I don't know if they're hopping around on your floor and you've got a tile floor, but something like that. And then I got Grasshopper Spirit, which, I mean, he totally looks like a dragon too, doesn't he?
Yeah, Grasshopper Spirit.
Yeah. So take a leap of faith. Yeah, take a leap of faith because they're there, and you know, giving them a question, either writing it or they're really showing me you working with it, like receiving it with your left hand and sending out like fire energy almost, but not bad fire energy, not like a lightning bolt or something, but with healing work maybe.
I love that.
Rusty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can burn the illness away.
Oh, purification. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I love that too.
Yeah.
Well, we're at an hour.
Oh yeah, boy, that was so interesting though. I loved all the things today. I see some
Yeah.
people having some difficult times today.
Yeah. Can we
Uh,
just comment on that? Because a lot of people are talking about that and how hard it is right now
yeah,
that are coming in.
and like Teresa just had some distressing news. She's saying her daughter was found unresponsive, and her
Oh,
grandson
God.
called 911, and that's all she knows.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I did not see that.
I know it's usually a miracle if I see anything, but my heart's reaching out, sweetie pie. I'm so sorry
Yeah.
that's horrible news to get at any time. What's going on with her? I wonder. Hmm.
She says, thank you. Just trying to breathe.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. Do your 4-part breath, Teresa, if you can. Inhale for 4, hold it for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. 4 times.
Hmm. It feels like suddenly the body became overwhelmed. And of course, I'm not a doctor and things, so I just have to kind of go with that kind of thing. Like I almost felt like fainting at first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, which I actually kind of like that. But it felt like an overwhelm, and your head got real light, and then you just dropped.
Does she like burn her sugars funny? Like everybody in my family, all the women, we all burn our sugars funny. And if we don't eat, um, we get really lightheaded. Oh, and Rossi's asking sugar levels too. Yeah. Yeah. Tree Support says, me too. Fainting would be good. Yeah.
Yeah, and plus,
Yeah.
yeah, I do feel like something about like blood pressure, almost like that. Felt like that when it was coming up
Yeah.
over my head, like, and it became too overwhelming. I just sort of shut down.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're showing me pills, Teresa. Not that she took pills, but that there's medication for it.
Yeah.
Um, um, oh, she barely talks to you because you're a witch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the doctor's going to help. It's a good thing that I guess that was her son that found her, your grandson. And I feel like she's see the doctor, because I got the King of Swords, which is like a doctor card for me, and it feels like there'll be something that can help her out. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
So this feels more like a message rather than like an ending or something. So, it'll be like be careful kind of a thing, or you needed to be checking your blood pressure, something like that. But I feel like she'll make it through.
Oh, no, you're not, honey. You're family, Teresa. You're not bringing anybody down.
No,
We're here for you. So everybody is.
right. And people have things that come up all the time, and I'm glad we can be here to maybe somehow, um, help.
Yeah. 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 I feel like she might have been, her heart hurts. Like, not that it was a heart attack, but I feel like she's holding a lot of stuff in her heart that hurts,
Right.
emotionally. So,
And that kind of thing leads to a physical thing, because it
yeah.
usually starts with a thought or a feeling, a belief, and stuff like that, and then it builds and builds. I feel like though she's going to recover. I'll say that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm seeing too. I'm seeing she's going to have some medication.
Right. The doctor's going to prescribe something there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the correct thing was to get the ambulance and go to the doctor. So I think that's good.
Yeah.
Thank goodness he came in and found her, you know.
Oh my gosh, right? Thank goodness.
Right.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Jane says even Lee Carroll lost his friends channeling Chiron. To be patient. It's getting easier and easier to come out. Oh yeah. Yeah. I lost so many friends. I can't tell you. So many times. Yeah.
Oh, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You can't be that for everybody. You know what I mean? And
We have to be authentic, right?
a lot of times it's hardest for your family to accept for some, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Well, everybody, so thank you so much, Mark. So we're holding you in peace, and thank you everybody for being here. And sorry we weren't able to get it to everybody's questions because there's a zillion beautiful questions and a zillion beautiful comments. Everybody was really supportive with all the reads.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun today. I liked it. It was a lot of variety, which I always enjoy. And it was a good day. I really enjoyed it. It was fun.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being here.
Oh, yes, honey. I love reading with you is what I was going to say. And I'm so happy to do it. It's always a good time. And thank you guys all for joining us.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we wouldn't have anything to read on.
Yeah. Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Love you guys.